Boys, it's Chinned. This weekend, UFC Fight Night Emmett versus Kevin Vallejos is happening. This is a pretty mediocre fight night, but the main event's going to make up for it, I think. Kevin Vallejos is the future of the 145 division. He is a fucking tank. He's an absolute beast. His only loss is a war with Gene Silva on the Contender Series, and everything that he's shown over the last few fights of his are pointing towards a really crazy career, hopefully, in the UFC. The card, as I said, pretty mediocre. There's a few good ones, though. I think the card order is a little bit fucked, but whatever. Starting with Sam Hughes and Piera Rodriguez, I'm going to be picking Sam Hughes. I don't know anything about those two, to be honest. I just know Sam Hughes is one of those boring, she just fucking goes in and ragdolls you. She's like pretty strong for a woman, so Sam Hughes by decision. Next up, this is a good fight. Elijah Smith is one of my favorite prospects in the UFC, coming off of one of the KOs of the year last year. Big slam KO, like power bomb. Fucking sick shit. Su Young Yu, on the other hand, is a really good grappler. I just think Elijah Smith is just going to be piecing him up on the feet. He is a quick, in and out, 1-2 down the middle striker with good hooks, good power. He's a very complete striker, Elijah Smith. It's either a striking clinic or a late finish for Smith. I'm gonna say a late round 2, early round 3 TKO for Elijah Smith. Moving on, I'm picking Bia Mesquita here by fucking I don't know, submission. She's Brazilian. Hetra Sosa versus Luan Lacerda. This is an interesting fight because I think Luan Lacerda is like low key buns, but Hetra Sosa doesn't look like crazy impressive in his fights. Yeah, I'm just gonna pick Hetra Sosa. I don't know, Lacerda he looks like slow to me sometimes. He just doesn't look like he's in it to win. I'm just gonna pick Hetra Sosa by decision, I guess. Moving on, Balaji versus Manuel Souza. Balaji is really, really disappointing to me as a fighter in the UFC. Balaji, I've picked a lot to beat certain fighters like Chris Duncan, for example, and he shoves himself into a guillotine and goes out cold. I just can't trust him. I can't pick him. I don't know much about Manuel Souza's career, but clearly he's a good fighter. I'm just going to pick him by decision. Moving on, this is one of my favorite fights in the card. This is a heater. This is arguably the best fight on the card matchup-wise. Orolbai versus Chris Curtis. If you know me, I fucking love Mikdebek Orolbai. He is, like, easily one of the most exciting fighters in this division. He's kind of destroying people right now. He submitted Tafik Masayev very quickly when Tafik Masayev came over from the Ryzen promotion, and then he fucking absolutely destroyed Jack Hermanson, who for some reason was moving down to 170 after getting brutally flatlined by Obama. Very stupid career, Jack Hermanson. Career choice, rather. So Orolbai is off of a crazy streak of wins. Chris Curtis is one of the more unfinishable guys in the welterweight division. But I'm picking Orolbai to either get it done late or decision. I'm going to pick Orolbai to decision Chris Curtis. I was gonna say round 3 TKO, but I'm gonna give Chris Curtis his respect. His only, or one of his 2 finish losses, I believe, is a bad stoppage loss in the last second to Roman Kopylov by head kick, where he was still all there, but the ref just decided to step in because he had money on Kopylov TKO. I'm gonna respect Curtis's chin. I'm gonna say Orolbai. I don't want to say 29-28. I could see Curtis winning a round here or there. But Orolbai is probably going to beat him 2 rounds to 1 decision. Very excited for that fight. That's literally one of the only fights on this card I care about. Brad Tavares versus Eric Anders. Eric Anders, grappler. I don't know why he came out of retirement. Brad Tavares, some of the best takedown defense in the sport's history, at least against low-level guys. Brad Tavares is going to defend the takedowns and just piece up Eric Anders. I don't understand why he's minus 135. Bet of the card here, if any of you guys are betting. Yeah, Brad Tavares, decision. Energy taking a short notice fight against a balls to the wall finisher in Bruno Silva. This guy goes at you. He throws the craziest winging hooks, and he also has great jiu-jitsu. I don't like Energy coming off of a flatline KO to Alex Perez, who frankly he shouldn't be getting KO'd by. Decisioned maybe. KO'd is Perez has power, but Energy's apparently got a chin, right? So, not anymore, perhaps. I'm picking Bruno Silva by finish. Rounds 2 KO? I don't know. Bruno Silva has a gas tank problem. If Energy can make this fight last, I could see him winning a decision off of the later rounds. But no, I'm picking Bruno Silva TKO or flatline KO over Energy in round 2. Pretty confident about that. I don't think Energy is as good as people say. Bang, baby. Bang, baby. Come on. Come on. Steven Assplunge. My GOAT. I love Steven Assplunge. He's the best heavyweight prospect right now. Vitor Petrino is a absolute powerhouse. He is a tank at heavyweight, but he is just not very good. He's not beating good opponents. He's coming off of a KO win, flatline, put on his face. Thomas the Train Peterson, who has Down syndrome. If you're knocking people out that have Down syndrome, I don't think you're good enough to knock out a guy like Assplunge, who has an incredible chin, the craziest cardio, insane volume, and great power. If you can't take down Assplunge, you're not going to beat him, in my opinion. We've yet to see Assplunge's chin compromise. For a heavyweight, it's very good from what we've seen in his fights. I'm picking Assplunge by round 2 TKO. Maybe late round 1. This is one of the more interesting fights on the card. I think Assplunge is being very overlooked here. I think Petrino is being very overrated. He's knocking out bums. He literally has a submission loss to Anthony Smith. Like, come on, bro. He literally just lost to Anthony Smith a couple years ago. He's not good. I'm sorry. It's Steven Assplunge. Rounds 2 TKO to volume. The same way that he won his last fight against Sheriff. Moving on, Harry Hardwick versus Marwan Rahiki. Another overrated fighter. Marwan Rahiki. Incredible win on the Contender Series, but in no way, shape, or form does that mean you could beat a guy like Harry Hardwick. Rahiki fought kind of a can on the Contender Series. Not a great fighter, skill-wise. You could tell, you can watch 3 minutes of that fight and you can tell. The guy that Rahiki fought was a glass cannon, winging punches, just not a very experienced fighter. Rahiki himself, extremely green, perhaps the future of the division, but right now he is just not cut out for a guy like Hardwick, who is being overlooked. You know, he had that leg kick TKO to Cowie Fernandez in his first fight on short notice, but he is a great fighter from the UK, great grappler. I see Rahiki just getting caught with a takedown or a punch, whatever it is, ends up on the ground, and Hardwick grabs a rear naked choke in round 3. Hardwick's just got loads more experience, or at least he fights like he does. Rahiki just is not cut out for a guy like Hardwick yet. I think this is a crazy debut, and if he pulls it off, it's a great win. But I'm pretty convinced that Hardwick is going to beat Rahiki. Moving on to Andre Fili and Jose Delgado. Oh my goodness. Poor Andre Fili. I'm picking Jose Delgado by round 1 KO. Andre Fili can't catch a break as of late. He's been that journeyman that's kind of in and out of the top 15, top 14 of the rankings. Or the number 15, number 14 spot, should I say. And Delgado is a fucking murderer. He is a murderer. He drops everybody easily in the first round. He has crazy power. Sure, he has gas tank problems, which he showed against Nathaniel Wood. But not only was that fight a little bit ago now, so maybe he's patched that up, but he's also just fighting a can in Andre Fili. Andre Fili is reaching can territory, Neil Magny territory in this division, which is sad because he used to be all right. Jose Delgado is going to knock him out cold in the first round. Moving on to Omar Sy versus Iwan Cutelaba. These odds are very weird to me. I think Omar is a much better fighter than Cutelaba. I know that he got fraud checked by Alonzo Menifield, which is a very bad loss to have because Menifield is dog shit. But Iwan Cutelaba is worse than Menifield, and kind of on a fluky run. Iwan Cutelaba. I don't know if he lost his last fight, but I know that, yeah, he went on this little run here, this 2-fight run. Very fluky. Very fluky. I'm picking Umar Sy by... I think the grappling's going to cancel itself out. I could see Umar Sy TKOing Iwan Cutelaba in round 1 or round 2. Moving on to... Why is this the fucking co-main event, dude? Like, it's a shame because there are actually good fights on this card. Chris Curtis and Oralbai should be the co-main event. Regardless, Lemos can't grapple. Jillian Robertson, one of the best grapplers in women's history. You just have to pick her by armbar, submission, round 2, round 3. Moving on to the main event. Here we go. Now we're fucking talking. Is it a layup? Yes. Is it a great fight? Any Vallejos fight is a great fight, right, I guess? Is it going to be competitive? Absolutely not. I'm picking Kevin Vallejos to flatline Josh Emmett. Kind of like Josh Emmett versus Jeremy Stevens a few years ago, and Stevens just fucking cracked Emmett with a hammer and absolutely killed him. Kevin Vallejos is gonna just absolutely fucking walk through all of Emmett's big meaty hooks. Yeah, man. Kevin Vallejos, he's gonna eat all that shit. I'm not worried for Vallejos' chin here. He's young, he's durable, he's eating shots from Gene Silva for 15 minutes. Absolute bombs from Gene Silva. And he's eating them fine. Josh Emmett's old, he's gun shy. And I could even see Vallejos throwing in a takedown or two and kind of mixing it up, because obviously it's always dangerous to stand with Emmett, but I think he could stand with him just fine. I think we'll get him out of there by the end of round 2. I'm picking Kevin Vallejos, round 1, round 2, flatline KO. Maybe he'll do some funky shit like he did against Giga. But I think Kevin Vallejos is the future of this division. I don't believe that he'll be a champion, but I do believe that he's a future top 5 fighter, like a Gaethje type, where he's just a constant fight of the night contender. I mean, he's one of the most exciting fighters in the UFC. It's a shame that he's not fighting somebody that's like really, I guess he's fighting a washed Josh Emmett, and this is a Josh Emmett on, I believe, 3 fights in a row? 2 fights in a row losing? Okay. But losing 4 of his last 5 in very ugly ways, all of them. That's, yeah. He doesn't have a shot here. If Josh Emmett wins, it's just complete bullshit. This sport's not fucking real. It would hurt because Vallejos is such a good prospect. It's Vallejos, round 1, round 2, flatline KO. Yeah, that's the card. Not much to say. It's an okay card. If it weren't in the Apex, they'd stack it up more. They're so complacent with putting on these dog shit fight nights every once in a while. But next week, we've got a little bit better Lerone Murphy versus Evloev, so hopefully that's something to look forward to. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the picks, if you think otherwise on some of these, let me know in the comments. Leave a like. See you guys in the next one.